something has shifted in the kingdom, a quiet storm rising in the shadows. David's greatest battles, his hardest choices, and the moment that will finally crown him king. Everything is now rushing toward a single explosive point. And the Season 3 trailer of House of David may have just revealed more than anyone expected. Season 3 begins where the chaos of Season 2 left us. David running for his life, Saul collapsing under the weight of a curse, and the entire kingdom trembling on the edge of collapse. But this time, David's escape isn't just about survival. It's about destiny. The trailer hints that David will move quickly to protect his family from Saul's fury, taking them across the border to Moab. This single, desperate decision shows how dangerous the battlefield has become. David isn't just a warrior now, he is a man building the foundation of a future kingdom while being hunted like a criminal. After ensuring his family's safety, David returns to the Adullam caves, the place that has become both his fortress and his burden. Here, we will see him gathering strength, forming alliances, and preparing for a confrontation he cannot avoid forever. The trailer also teases a major clash with the Philistines, the first of many storms on the horizon. As David fights these battles, Saul begins his own march toward the caves. The tension is rising on both sides, and the distance between hunter and hunted is shrinking with every moment. The most chilling part of this buildup is David's uncertainty. Should he fight Saul now and end the suffering, or should he keep running until God reveals the right moment? The trailer hints that David will consult the ephod carried by the lone priest who escaped Saul's massacre. And for the first time, viewers will see how David struggles to trust a divine answer that goes against every instinct he has as a warrior. When God commands him to flee instead of fight, David obeys, leading him straight to the En-Gedi caves. This is where the trailer shows one of the most intense scenes of the entire season. Saul steps into the cave where David is hiding, unaware that his greatest enemy is just a breath away. The tension is suffocating. David's sword is in his hand. His men are whispering for revenge. The future of Israel hangs in this single moment. Yet David chooses mercy over blood. He cuts off a piece of Saul's garment instead of taking his life, proving to everyone, including Saul, that he refuses to harm the Lord's anointed. And in a shocking turn, Saul retreats, shaken by David's humility. But peace doesn't last long. As David moves through the wilderness of Paran, fate throws a woman into his life who will change everything: Abigail. Their meeting is not a love story, but a collision of destiny. Her wisdom stops David from making a disastrous mistake, and the trailer suggests that their marriage will become one of the key emotional pillars of Season 3. Soon after, David once again crosses paths with Saul, and once again he has the chance to end Saul's life. And once again he spares him. This repeated mercy is shaping David into the king he must become, but it is also pushing Saul deeper into madness. As Section 1 closes, the tension has reached its peak. David's army is growing. His victories are increasing. His choices are becoming heavier. And the trailer makes it very clear: the world of House of David is about to enter the darkest, bloodiest, and most defining chapter yet. Season 3 pushes David into a new and dangerous phase, one where every step he takes pulls him closer to the throne, but also closer to betrayal, war, and unimaginable loss. After sparing Saul for the second time, David realizes that mercy alone will not protect him. Saul's jealousy is a fire that will never stop burning. So David makes a bold and shocking decision. He turns east, crosses enemy borders, and takes refuge among the Philistines, the very nation he once defeated when he killed Goliath. The trailer hints that this move is not an act of surrender, but strategy. David knows that Saul will never follow him into Philistine territory. He also knows that the Philistines are stronger than ever. Their king sees value in David's military genius and grants him control over the city of Ziklag. This becomes David's new base, a place where he can build power quietly, far from Saul's reach. And from here, we see David lead raid after raid, conquering the southern kingdoms and growing into the leader he was always meant to be. His army becomes unstoppable. His victories begin to echo across the land. and every win brings him closer to the destiny promised by God. But while David rises, Saul falls. Season 3 will show Saul's final spiral, paranoia gnawing at him, fear consuming him, and the curse Samuel placed on him tightening like a noose. The trailer suggests that the Philistines will launch a massive attack, pushing Saul into the battle that will end his life. Viewers will watch the tragic collapse of a king who once had God's favor, but lost everything to pride and jealousy. The battlefield of Mount Gilboa is where Saul's story ends and David's true rise begins. However, David's journey does not become easy after Saul's death. Instead, the kingdom splits in two. Eshbal, Saul's son, fueled by ambition and manipulation, fights to claim the throne. A brutal civil war erupts, 2 long years of bloodshed, betrayal, and political chaos. Season 3 will show how David refuses to be corrupted by power, even when surrounded by war. He fights with honor, guided not by revenge, but by God's promise. Yet the tension remains high, because every victory pushes Eshbal deeper into desperation, making him more dangerous than Saul ever was. The trailer hints that David will face his toughest tests during this war: the loyalty of his men, the weight of leadership, and the emotional toll of being so close to the crown yet still battling for it. And finally, after 2 exhausting years, David triumphs. Eshbal is defeated, the kingdom is united, and David becomes king of Israel at only 30 years old. The trailer ends with a powerful moment. David standing before the nation, not as a fugitive, not as a soldier, but as the chosen king. But the excitement doesn't stop there. Season 3 isn't just the end of one chapter, it's the beginning of another. John Irwin's interview confirms that this season concludes the Rise of David trilogy. Yet David's reign is filled with even bigger stories: wars, betrayals, love, tragedy, and victories that shaped history. The trailer's final shot leaves room for something more: another series, another saga, or perhaps an entire new chapter focused on David's life as king. For now, all eyes turn to one question: when will Season 3 actually release? Although no filming date has been officially announced, the pattern is hard to ignore. Season 1 released in February 2025. Season 2 arrived in October 2025. Following this same schedule, Season 3 is most likely to be released in summer or fall 2026. Season 3 promises war, heartbreak, destiny, and the crowning moment fans have been waiting for since the very beginning. And if the trailer is anything to go by, The Rise of David will end with the biggest, boldest, and most emotional season the series has ever delivered.